Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading for the time period of April 30th through May 13th, 2024. This is a reading if you're Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, or have another significant Pisces placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Hopefully this is going to be a good reading for you this week. I always do this according to the 12 houses of astrology, so people who are not familiar with this channel, I always read I'm going to read each position of the houses of the horoscope and explain what those positions mean, and then I will interpret the cards in terms of the meaning of that position. Decks that I use are Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck, and I will clarify that with a tarot reading, and the tarot deck that I'm using is going to be the Light Visions Tarot, and then we will have an oracle card pull at the end from the Essential Oil Oracle. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos, and you can check the description box below for my website, my services, my social media, and all of that. You can find those links down below. So, okay, with all of that said, now that we're moving out of a rather tumultuous astrological period, though there have been some good things like the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I think for a lot of people, there's been a lot of surprises, a lot of upheaval, a lot of truths that have been revealed in certain situations, but this is very typical of eclipse season, and do keep in mind that the solar eclipse energy can carry on for up to the next 6 months, so there could be changes and surprises. If you've had some initial things go on, or you haven't had anything occur yet, there's a period of time where that still could occur. So let's jump into your reading and see what comes up for you for this period of time. Mercury retrograde, too, is starting to fade into the background. Certainly by May 13th, which is the end date of this reading. I think May 14th is the last day of Mercury retrograde post-shadow. You know, the influence seems to last a long time. I feel like most of March, all of April, and at least half of May still seems to potentially have that influence. Though do remember, Mercury retrograde is a corrective influence, so it may be bringing things up so that you can finally finish or correct them. So anyway, that little bit aside. Your first house here has to do with Aries energy. Aries is about your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you, and maybe how you feel about yourself. Okay, and we have Death with Nephthys. Wow. Okay, so Death indicates major transformation here. Although Nephthys seems to indicate that as part of this transformation, maybe you're not really sure what's coming next. Nephthys comes up when things are a bit cloudy and nebulous, really. I mean, it's Neptunian energy. And this often comes up when there's some hidden factor that is yet to be revealed, okay? And with the Death card, yeah, this definitely seems to indicate that you personally have undergone a lot of changes recently, but the full effects of these may not yet be known. I think we should progress through the reading to see if we can get an idea about what these changes might be about. Second house is Taurus energy. Taurus is about your finances primarily. Okay, so we have Ace of Pentacles with Sirius. So, okay, a couple possibilities here. Ace of Pentacles definitely indicates a new start financially. So this could be a new job, a new income stream, new monies that have come in from somewhere. Sirius can sometimes indicate that things have been a little, bumpy with money, like maybe kind of a roller coaster, maybe the rough with the smooth. For some people, Sirius could also literally mean making money dealing with something that's physical. So, for example, working as a personal trainer or dealing with nutrition or sports or something like that. I mean, that is a strong aspect of Sirius. And I don't always think about that with this, but for some reason that popped into my mind. So maybe it's going to be a new job for somebody in that area. Obviously, that's a very specific interpretation, and this is a general reading. The more general interpretation of this would be sort of thinking outside the box with regard to finances. Maybe you've had to do a few gymnastics with the checkbook or with different things, trying to figure things out. But it does seem like there is a new start coming. So Ace of Pentacles, I always feel, is a very good news for anybody, especially if there has been any kind of financial struggle or difficulty that's been going on. Third house, excuse me, it's high allergy season now. Third house is Gemini energy. Gemini has to do with communications, messages, short distance travel, with self-employment, self-effort, and also brother and sister relationships. Those are the elements of this house. Obviously, not all of those are going to apply, so take what applies and leave the rest, but I try to do as many interpretations as I can. So we have Bast here with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is actually very good. I mean, Nine of Pentacles suggests financial security. It suggests being secure in your own right. So some of you might have a business or a business opportunity that's been leaving you financially secure or is going to. Bast is also a card of recognition. So I feel like there's something for which you are being recognized. Perhaps there have been messages going back and forth. This could have to do with business. It could have to do with something else. If you're not in business for yourself, this could just be messages that are connected to a job or perhaps to a family situation. Again, this is the house of siblings, so I don't know if this refers to a brother or sister or a situation connected to them, assuming that applies. But definitely here there's a sense of recognition and of financial security. So I feel like there's messages that are coming about that sort of a thing. So definitely keep your eyes open. Bast always advises us to follow our intuition, also to give as you wish to receive in certain situations in order to have happiness. But yeah, overall, this is a very, very good and happy omen. There could even be a short trip somewhere. Maybe you're going to a celebration or a party or something like that. But very, very good energy there. Very, very satisfied energy there with the Nine of Pentacles, particularly on the material sense. Okay, fourth house, Cancer energy. Cancer is about home, family, meaning your house that you live in or your apartment or whatever place you live, your home, and also your sense of being at home and family, particularly the mother, but it can be about family issues more generally. Okay, so we have Crook and Flail with the Five of Pentacles. So this feels like a situation, Five of Pentacles is a situation where we either feel a sense of poverty or we feel left out in the cold. Crook and Flail, again, is this idea, it's interesting because this is the idea of acknowledgement, okay, of confidence. And I feel like your confidence is being affected, like there's some kind of an insecurity here, or there has been about something. Because when Five of Pentacles comes up, it doesn't have to necessarily be financial insecurity. I mean, it might be, but it can also just be our sense of feeling like we're an outsider or out in the cold, maybe with regard to our family in some fashion. If this has to do with a house situation, I don't know, maybe you're living in a place that you feel maybe is too expensive, or maybe you're feeling a lack of finances for some reason. But again, I'm seeing this Ace of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles energy over here. So I feel like whatever this is certainly something that's going to be solved. I feel like in this house, this has more to do with a sense of feeling emotional lack rather than material lack per se. This could also indicate, though, a family member maybe who was going through something like that. Sometimes this could have to do with a legal matter. So Crook and Flail could indicate maybe somebody who's had to pay out a whole lot in connection to a family thing. Maybe if there's a divorce, or maybe there's been a settlement of a will or something. Maybe somebody didn't get what they expected. I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities here, but there could be some legal issue that's making one feel financially bereft too, that's connected to the home or family for some people. But ultimately, Crook and Flail does indicate justice and fairness. So if this has been the case, then perhaps this good news over here is that any kind of financial woes will finally be solved. And perhaps any sense of being left out in the cold, I do feel like this is something, I do feel like there's a solution to this. And from everything I'm seeing so far, yeah, this may be part of this transformation that you're undergoing here. It's just something that you haven't quite gotten there yet, but this may be, there just may be situations that are being settled or perhaps that are coming to an end, and this may be part of the struggle that you're still dealing with right now, but it seems to be connected to the home and family here in particular. Okay, so fifth house, Leo energy. This is creativity, children, love affairs, can also do with recreation and leisure, sports, things like that. Okay, so we have Thoth with the High Priestess. Now, if you're looking for love, okay, now this is for people who are single and who are looking to date, or maybe are just started dating somebody. This definitely suggests to me a karmic relationship that may come in. Thoth often shows up when somebody who is there to, and now karmic can indicate this is somebody there who you need to learn something from each other, and once that's done, then the relationship is done. It can also indicate, occasionally it can indicate the person who's quote unquote the one, like the right one for you as a long-term partner, although this is not the house of long-term partnerships. But there does seem to be some kind of karmic relationship here. And with the High Priestess, this may be something unexpected or something out of the blue. High Priestess shows something that's veiled. Again, it's a very similar energy to what we're seeing over here. There's something veiled here. I don't know. If it doesn't have to do with love, then it would have to do with... could potentially have to do with a creative project or children. Actually, what's also coming into my head with the High Priestess is this is often a card of independence. And remember, we have this Nine of Pentacles over here, which is a card of independence. I don't know. I think what I'm going to say here is, yeah, there could be some kind of love thing in the background, maybe a karmic relationship, or maybe a relationship that, or a person you've encountered, maybe who wants to be in a relationship, but I don't know. High Priestess has very strong independent energy here. So I feel like this is a case where you or the other person may prefer to be on their own right now. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of energy with you where I feel like you are preferring to be on your own. Actually, I'm just looking over at the 7th house here, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, there definitely may have been something recently that has either left you single or left you feeling like you want to be more independent and not tied to people. If this has to do with a creative project, again, there could be something... High Priestess could indicate, usually High Priestess has to indicate high intuitive gifts, things like that, things connected to healing, things that are more magical in nature. Thoth has to do a lot with writing and speaking and communicating and things like that. So for some of you, that might be part of what is on the table here. But I feel like with these two cards together, I don't know. I just feel like there's something, it's interesting. Like we have Nephthys here, like there's something just out of vision here. And it may be connected to your visibility or towards being seen, because Leo is definitely a house of recognition. There's been a lot here about recognition and about being seen. And so, I don't know. I just feel like I feel like more like this is going to be something happening at the right time. But at the moment, there's definitely this veiled energy or this very independent energy that we're seeing here. So I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But if this does have to do with a creative project, it could just be that there's some aspect of this that maybe it's not coming together. If you're a writer, maybe maybe there's a sense of writer's block, or maybe this is saying, you need to access something more from the emotional intuitive side, maybe than trying to reason your way through it. Okay, 6th house, Virgo energy. Virgo, it has to do with health, healing. It can have to do with a job. So if you work for somebody, okay, then this would have to do with your job. It can also have to do with worry and anxiety, because that is a trait of the Virgo house. Sometimes it has to do with domestic animals as well. Well, we have Ta with the 10 of chalices. So, wow. So this definitely seems like somebody could be getting potentially their dream job. Or 10 of chalices is just, this is like a wishes granted card. This is about happiness. This is about community happiness. And I say that it may have to do with work, because Ta is definitely a card of, the master maker. This is a builder, somebody who's building something, crafting something, building a foundation for something. So, and this foundation, whatever you're building towards, this seems to be building towards something that you're wishing for. And it does look like you are definitely on your way to that. So if this has been something you've been worried about, I think it's assuring you that the work you're putting into something is definitely going to lead where you want it to. If this has to do with health, this is also a very good omen for health, and Ta would certainly indicate being physically strong and perhaps physically active. 10 of chalices has a strong family vibe to it as well, and it's usually a happy family vibe or a happy community vibe. So I'm seeing this 5 of pentacles over here. So I don't know, maybe there's worries about, if this is the house of worry, maybe there's a concern that you are not going to be part of this happy family. But I don't know. But seeing this the way that I do, I feel like this 5 of Pentacles issue will probably be solved. I feel like there is going to be this coming together in this community. And if it's not something that happens within your actual family, it could be with others that you care about as well. There could be something that's going on, or maybe even with people you work with. Who knows? Be the fact that it's showing up in this house. Or maybe with your animals. If you're an animal person, you may say, I need my pets, and I like them better than people sometimes. I mean, certainly if you've been a pet owner, you may have felt that way at different times. So in any case, yeah, definitely a strong card of building something that's very strong and secure. And and again, this idea of wishes granted, or this kind of happiness that's like a communal happiness. The fact that I have 9 of Pentacles over here too, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of good stuff that's going on, perhaps in, could be connected to a work situation. There could be, like I said, I'm seeing financial independence, new opportunities coming in here. So all of this actually looks really quite good. We do have this little amorphous stuff going on here in the 5th house and the 1st house. And interesting here in the 7th house. This is what my eye has been on as I'm trying to interpret through these. You have Anubis with the Tower, and this is the house of Libra. So this is marriages, if you are married. This is legal partnerships of any kind. So it could be a business partnership, a contract, something like that. If you're not married or marriage is not on the table as a question for you. We have the Tower with Anubis. So the Tower can indicate there's been a sudden shock with regard to a relationship, or something that could be a truth that's been revealed. It could be some aspect of something that has fallen apart. For some people, I'm sorry to say, this could be a relationship that's gone bust. Or it could just, or if your relationship hasn't gone bust, it could just mean that there could be something very, very unexpected has come in. The fact that I'm seeing with Anubis, which is this card of protection and wanting to be protected. I'm hoping that nobody this is dealing with, having to be physically protected, although that is a possibility here. Though I feel like this may also just be you protecting yourself or protecting your heart, or it may just be saying that you are surrounded by protection in spite of a situation that may seem catastrophic here, for whatever reason. But this does seem to be connected to a partnership of some kind. If it's not a marriage situation, it could be connected to something in business. Maybe you find out a contract is not what you thought it was, and now you feel like maybe you have to protect yourself. Maybe that's where the legal part is. Some people could be going through a divorce with this card, and there could be, difficulties around the home, like feeling like you're gonna lose everything, in the court of law or something like that. That could be for some people. Although with Anubis, again, I do see the idea of protection. Anubis also indicates not losing your temper in a particular situation, even if it feels like you want to. Wow, that's interesting. And the fact that it's directly across from the 1st house, we have Death in the Tower right across from each other. Yeah, it seems like you've had some major shakeups, perhaps in a relationship, and maybe, or at least somebody watching is, and maybe this has actually really transformed or affected the way that you see things. And if this doesn't seem to apply to you, don't worry. I don't think it's predicting a major catastrophe for you, but there does seem to be something very unexpected that's come in with regard to some important partnership if it doesn't seem to be about your marriage or your home. Maybe it's a family thing or something, or maybe it's some other contractual or legal thing. But yeah, there definitely seems like you've had a shakeup here, which probably explains why we have the 5 of Pentacles down here. But everything else around it shows, that you're going to be supported and financially secure, or that you're going to have some kind of new opportunity if something has gone away. Okay. 8th house, Scorpio energy, transformations, beginnings, endings, other people's money. Okay, so we have Lotus with the King of Wands. Okay, so Lotus is good. If we're talking about other people's money, if that has been at issue here, this is definitely saying not to worry. It seems like peaceful continuity of something. So if you think there was going to be an income stream, say that it was going to dry up, maybe this is going to say, well, no, it's going to continue for now. If we're just talking about endings and beginnings, Lotus may indicate the need for calming the mind, for taking some time out to yourself, whether this means just getting away and having a spa day for yourself, whether it means meditating, whether it means engaged in whatever activities make you feel calm and centered. That's what this is advocating for. And the King of Wands is, this is somebody who is determined to get what they want. King of Wands is somebody who has all the resources at their disposal. This is usually a card that comes up. It can be somebody who's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but it can also just indicate this energy of ambition, of being determined to get what you want. So I feel like I think what this is saying is that in spite of any kind of shakeups that you've had, you do have what it takes, you do have the resources, and maybe this is even another person who will help you to get what it is that you want and to get where you want. So not to worry. So yeah, take that as it resonates. That could be a lot of different people. And it can also be you. Maybe you're going to be fiery and determined in terms of getting what you want. But yeah, Definitely, the King of Wands is definitely a culmination of the fire suit. So there's definitely a sense of action taken and completed successfully. So yeah, so that seems to represent a kind of an ending that's coming in. Maybe that one that's very, very intense in some ways, both in terms of accomplishing things, but maybe emotionally or as well. So, okay, ninth house is Sagittarius energy. This is about long distance travel, higher education institutions, or continuing education. Can have to do with philosophy, religion, religious institutions. It can have to do with your faith if you are a religious person or spiritual person, and also potentially with freedom. Okay, we have Isis with the Emperor here. So the Emperor is definitely about a situation where one is taking control. If there's a legal matter here, because this is also the house of legal matters, this jumps into my head. If some of you are dealing with a legal situation, the Emperor could be somebody who's going to come in and take charge. So this could be a lawyer. This could be you. I don't know. That there's a strong Aries energy attached to this. And again, King of Wands too. Maybe there is going to be a person here, a fire sign person or somebody with those attributes who's going to be able to come in and take control of the situation and sort it out. Somebody who shows leadership. This could also indicate that maybe you're going to be determined to show leadership. Maybe you are going to, if it doesn't have to do with the law, this could be you planning to take a long trip. This could be you deciding to go back to school for something, or maybe taking on a teaching job or something like that. Or maybe somebody who's finding more strength in their religion. That's all possible with the Emperor card. Isis would indicate something that requires nurturing and potentially patience. So if this is a legal matter, it could be saying something that's going to be solved, but patience is required. And again, there's this idea of compassion here. So I don't know, there's something here about, you also have this High Priestess energy down here. I don't know if this is going to be something that involves children for some of you, where there's a need to try to be compassionate. Maybe if there's a legal matter here, the High Priestess down here could be the indication of wanting to keep something secret from children. Not secret so much, but maybe veiling the effects of something from children, especially if there's been some kind of a divorce situation. But again, that doesn't have to be the interpretation. That's just possible. Isis here, yeah, I just feel like there's some situation where there's a need to take charge. And then there's also a need for patience here. And I feel like this strong nurturing energy, I feel like it could be for other people. It could be for somebody else around you, but it may also just be for you. You may also need to be reminded to take care of yourself. And the part of being able to take charge of things is to make sure that you also are taken care of. So I don't know. This could be a long trip with regard to that, or it could just be something you're turning to in terms of learning something new, or in terms of your faith. There may be that there's a strength or something to be gained from doing that for you in whatever situation you're in. Okay, 10th house, Capricorn energy. Capricorn is Saturn energy. This is career, fame, reputation, could be the father. We have Sphinx with the Four of Chalices. Okay, so Four of Chalices is a card of dissatisfaction, or of an opportunity that we're not seeing. Now, the fact that I have the 10 of Chalices in your work house here, and you've got the Ace of Pentacles in your money house, if this has to do with your career or maybe a change, it could be that something's being offered to you right now, but maybe you're not really entirely satisfied with it. Maybe you're thinking, maybe it's not quite what it is that you want, or maybe you're only looking at the negatives of the situation rather than the positives. Sphinx definitely indicates a wait and see posture on something. So I don't know. I feel like this may be saying there may be opportunities coming. Make sure you're not missing any opportunities. But I do feel like right now, as far as advancing things for yourself, you may be waiting to see how other things happen before you move ahead. But sometimes this has a certain amount of restlessness to it. I mean, you've got so much good energy down here in the 6th house, I feel, and I feel like there's, and you've got this King of Wands energy. You've got all of this support from a lot of different places, but you are also in the middle of a transformation here. So I don't know. I feel Four of Chalices tells me that you're on the verge of making a change here with regard to perhaps your career, or like I said, this could be a situation with family. This is the Father card. You have the Mother card down here with the Five of Pentacles. Four in the 4th and the 10th house they're opposite each other. So it could be that these two things are affecting each other in some way. But I don't know. I feel more like this is maybe you're restless and dissatisfied. Maybe you want to make a move on something. But this may be telling you in terms of your career that maybe not to make that change yet, to wait and see what's going to happen. There's a whole lot here around stuff that hasn't happened yet. You have Sphinx, Nephthys, and the High Priestess, which to me are all cards of stuff that hasn't been revealed yet. So there's definitely some kind of situation going on here where you want to wait and see. It could just be that for where you are right now with whatever job you're in or whatever, that you're going to have the support that you need, and you're going to have the work, you'll be working hard at something or at building something. But it may just be that making any major career changes may be something that's not happening right now. 11th house, Aquarius energy. Aquarius is friendships, social networks, your goals and your dreams, your hopes and wishes, what you're trying to manifest, your destiny. And okay, we've got Seth here. So Seth could indicate, that there's obstacles to your goals right now. This could also indicate a problem with a friendship, maybe a quarrel. That is possible here. And again, we're seeing this Tower energy here. We're seeing this Five of Pentacles energy. We're seeing energy around here that may indicate that perhaps there's somebody, I don't know, maybe this is somebody who you have a business relationship with for some of you, or this could be a friend, maybe with whom there's a difficulty. And when you have Buckle of Isis with it, Buckle of Isis usually indicates changes. So I have a feeling this is going to be the time when you start, going through social media and calling the friends maybe, or maybe there's just certain people who have become toxic to your life or who have interfered, and maybe now it's time to let those people go. Because Buckle of Isis indicates giving something up to get somewhere. If your friendships are all cool and stable and that doesn't make sense, then it could just be that in order to reach your goals, something is going to have to be sacrificed or given up first before you can get to where you want. You have it with the Six of Chalices. So there's an implication here. This could even be a childhood friend or just somebody from your past. But Six of Chalices often indicates, some people consider this the soulmate card. And it's funny because you do have kind of a soulmate card down here in the 5th house. But I don't know. I feel like this may be something, either a past person or situation, probably a person given this. Maybe it's one of those situations where it's time to move on, or maybe time to consider putting up some boundaries with a person, because maybe this may be a past situation that needs to be resolved or let go of. And finally, we have the 12th house, Pisces. This is your own house. This usually has to do with what's hidden, areas where we might be afraid, where we might be in doubt. This is an area of imagination and of a lot of other things, but within the readings, I find that this has to do with just what we're secretly maybe worried about, or what we don't want to show people. And we have air with the 8 of Wands. Okay, so this is an interesting combination here, because these are both about fast movement and fast change. 8 of Wands is swift communication, as is air. This could also indicate, for those of you who are more spiritually minded, that you are getting messages from Spirit. Like, Spirit is trying to tell you something. But there's a whole lot about haste here. So maybe there are situations here where changes are going on, and maybe you're afraid of things moving too fast, or moving faster than what you are ready to deal with here. There does seem to be the indication that there is swift change, and maybe this is something you're not sure you're feeling up to coping with right now. We have the Ankh, though, with the 2 of Pentacles. So this is the good news, I think, overall. Ankh definitely indicates that maybe these big changes have been about refocusing and following your heart rather than your head, or what you think is socially acceptable, or maybe what you think other people should do. To me, this is about living life to the fullest. So I feel like some of these towers that are come crashing in, or the death card coming in, the changes that are happening right now are trying to lead you more towards a life where you are living authentically for yourself and not for other people. And the 2 of Pentacles indicates that this is a natural change. In spite of the tumultuous energy of the Tower over here, the 2 of Pentacles indicates change that flows, but it's flowing naturally. It's flowing as it's supposed to. So really, I think, 2 of Pentacles can indicate some decisions that you have to make. But I think it's just telling you that you need to flow with change right now. Whatever's happening is somehow part of a natural change, and not something, maybe not something that's been that wouldn't have changed. I feel like it's something that was going to change regardless. You know what I mean? There's a natural flow to this change. So so you need to go with the flow and focus on your heart, focus on your happiness. And again, there may be some decisions to make too. Let's Let's pull an essential oil card and see if we can't pull this together. So let's see, what does Pisces need to know here? Oh, here we go. Okay, your card is, let's see if I can get this, my sunlight's coming in now. Pink pepper is your card. And our keyword here at the top is grace. And the trigger statement is, what do they have that I don't? The true statement is, we are all special. Allow your inner critic to be silenced as you find the perfection in yourself and those around you. Okay, so this could be a situation here where, yeah, I don't know. There may be a lot of self-criticism here. Maybe as things are changing, maybe you feel that you're not supported by some people, or maybe some people have been critical, or maybe people who you thought had your back didn't. But this may be saying, and this may be setting off your inner critic. You may be believing that you are not capable of dealing with certain things, but but just recognize that everything. I feel like really, I think when I see the word grace, I think everything is as it's supposed to be, and that really does go along with the Two of Pentacles here. Everything, even if things don't seem, even if things seem out of sorts or chaotic, everything is as it's supposed to be. So if that's the case, if you just flow naturally with the change and allow yourself to sort of calm your anxiety, there is a lot that's going to be going on for you here. I mean, I feel like there's stuff going on with job. There's, good news financially. There are situations here where you are going to be recognized, but you may be cleaning house a little bit, and truths may have come out recently about relationships or about friendships or about situations that may make you rethink kind of where you're at. So yeah, you're maybe not feeling entirely like you know where you're going yet, but that is usually the way it is. So for now, just go with the flow and worry about taking care of yourself. That's it for this particular 2-week period, Pisces. I hope this reading is helpful to you. If you did enjoy this reading, please hit the like button, give it a thumbs up and that is the same thing, right? And do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos. So thank you very much, and have a great next couple of weeks. We'll see you next time.